Good evening, my name is Katarzyna Nowicka and welcome to Poland Daily News. More than 1,500 lorries are stuck in Kent waiting to leave the UK as politicians thrash out a plan to reopen France's border to trade and travel. France shut its border with the UK on Sunday amid fears of a new strain of COVID-19. To resolve the problem, drivers will most likely be required to present a negative test. Polish President Andrzej Duda said he's doing all he can to help Polish drivers who are stuck on the wrong side of the English Channel.
Szanowni Państwo, dziś od samego rana prowadzimy intensywne konsultacje.
Ladies and gentlemen, today from the very morning we have been conducting intensive consultations with the French authorities and the European Commission regarding the situation of Polish truck drivers who have been blocked in Great Britain by the closing of the border between Great Britain and France. We are doing everything we can to help the situation and to open up truck transport and transit traffic, which will enable Polish drivers to return to the country. Representatives of drivers' associations and transport companies are informing that there are thousands of Polish drivers in the UK who cannot leave the British Isles. Our consultations with France and the European Commission have resulted in the Commission issuing guidelines today for freight transport from the UK. We hope this will contribute to the opening of the border. The French government has also assured that a decision will be made today regarding this. I would like to assure Polish drivers and their relatives that we are doing everything we can to get them back home as soon as possible. We hope that this matter will be clarified by the French side this evening. I also asked the Polish ambassador in London for consular services to help the drivers, both in matters of legal and humanitarian aid. Ambassador Żegocki informed that local Polish organizations joined this task. I hope that no Polish driver will run out of support.
In 4 days, on December 26th, the first 10,000 vaccines for COVID-19 will be delivered to Poland. The next day, they will be dispatched to 72 hospitals. The president of the Material Reserves Agency, Michał Kuczmierowski, announced that the following deliveries will amount to about 300,000 doses weekly. The agency will provide refrigerators that maintain the temperature of around -80 degrees centigrade and dry ice boxes, which will keep the medicine at the right temperature. The Polish Ministry of Health has reported 7,192 new coronavirus infections in the country. 309 more people have died. The total number of COVID-19 infections reported in the country since the beginning of the epidemic has now reached 1,214,525, and the total number of deaths has risen to 25,783. Warsaw has a new 15 kilometers of beltway and a new bridge. Starting today, it will be much easier and faster to get from the east of Poland to the west. This investment cost over 4.6 billion zloty, and the construction of the route took 5 years. Prime Minister Mateusz Morawiecki stressed the importance of this new road.
The modern route is 3 lanes wide and in some places 4. It is a fragment of the southern bypass of Warsaw, which was opened today. The 15-kilometer route is one of the most modern in Poland. The inhabitants have been waiting for this bypass for several dozen years. The first plans appeared half a century ago. The construction began in 2017. We allocated enormous resources towards the implementation of the project.
Ogromne siły I środki przeznaczone zostały na realizację tego projektu.
The project assumed the construction of 4 interchanges: Wilanów, Wałmiedzeszyński, Patriotów and the intersection with the express road to Lublin.
Ta obwodnica to jest wyjście z infrastrukturalnego zakrętu.
This bypass is an exit from the infrastructural bend towards rapid development. It means increasing road safety and improving the quality of the environment. Finally, it has a huge potential for economic development.
I to wreszcie ogromny potencjał rozwojowy.
Thanks to the investment, Warsaw will gain a 7th bridge over the Vistula River. Districts on the eastern side of the river will be better connected and traffic between the city districts will improve. The head of the Ministry of Infrastructure reminds that new roads will be opened next year.
Łączymy Kiedyś jeszcze do niedawna
We are connecting the sections of roads under construction into one coherent network. Investments such as Via Carpatia, Via Baltica, S3 Expressway, A1 motorway, more sections of the S7 roads are under construction, as well as Express Road number 11 and Expressway number 6.
droga numer 11, droga ekspresowa numer 11, droga ekspresowa numer 6.
In total, about 200 billion zloty is to be spent on road construction in Poland.
Poland will be the first country which will not allow big tech and social media companies, including Facebook, Twitter and Google, to censor people online. Polish Justice Minister Zbigniew Ziobro has announced a legal initiative aimed at enabling internet users to file complaints against the removal of online posts, as well as the creation of a special court for the freedom of speech. According to Justice Minister Zbigniew Ziobro, the aim of the bill was to give internet users the feeling that their rights are protected and that their posts cannot be arbitrarily removed from online platforms. The full name of the bill is the Law on Freedom of Expressing One's Own Views and Searching and Disseminating Information on the Internet. Under its provisions, social media services will not be allowed to remove content or block accounts if their content does not break the rules of the Polish law. In the case of such a removal or blockage, a complaint can be sent to the specific social media platform, which will then have 24 hours to consider it. Within 48 hours of the decision, the user will be able to file a petition to the court for the return of access. The court will consider complaints within 7 days of receipt, and the entire process is to be electronic. If a special court rules in favor of the plaintiff and the internet service does not obey the ruling, it can subject the internet service to a fine of up to 8 million zloty or 1.8 million euro imposed by the Office of Electronic Communications. This is the first time that social media companies will be fined for arbitrarily taking content off of their websites without any justification or reason. Christmas is the day after tomorrow, so it's time to stock up on a Christmas tree. Sellers across Poland offer artificial Christmas trees and natural trees in pots that can be buried in the garden after the holidays. Poles most often buy natural trees at fairs. However, these were not able to take place this year due to the coronavirus. Our reporter ventured out to learn more.
Turnover is low, not many customers show up.
Mało klientów jest po prostu.
Część ludzi nie wychodzi z domów.
Some people stay indoors. Senior citizens are not coming outdoors. Young people are too busy. They have a lot to do, and this is the reason why our sales are so low this year.
No nie, u nas w rodzinie
Our family tradition is to buy a natural Christmas tree.
Why is that?
The smell of the Christmas tree, it is all over our family house, and we prefer natural trees over plastic ones.
nie sztuczna.
Najładniej pachnie.
The best smell is of European spruce and blue spruce. Fir is more expensive, but the smell is not as intense and it does not sting.
Ale w zamian za to nie jest kująca.
That's all for tonight. Now on to Poland Daily Business with Aleksander Wierzejski and his guest. Good night.